Well, welcome to Pembrey, the home of Welsh motorsport, and indeed the home of my first win on tarmac some 18 years ago. Now, that night, on Saturday night, the rest of the paddock and my fellow Hornet Cup riders got me so pissed that I ended up spewing in my caravan over my dad at 2 AM and then spewing again in my helmet just before Sunday morning warm-up. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about a track day. And this is not just any old track day. Oh no. Oh no. I want to take this to a track day because this is going to be serious fun with panniers on and all. Hello! I'm just going around the outside of you on your GS6500. So after that little moment of madness on the launch, KTM rang and said, go on then, off your jog. Gave me a 1290 Super Adventure and said, get to a track. So like I said, we're at Pembrey today and the aim is to see how many people we can piss off in a fast group on an adventure bike. And the best bit about it is you can fit your Whisper Gold for when you finish the session. Well, that was cycling laps and session one done. I mean, I'm the only one on road tyres, so it's a little bit sketchy. But to be fair, those tyres are so good in the wet. I was as fast, if not faster, than some people who are out there on full wet. So attention paddock, attention paddock, attention paddock, attention paddock. So yeah, I mean, it's raining again now, but hopefully it'll dry out. I'm hoping. I really hope it is. Second session done. It's drying out a bit and I got my knee down and mission complete so far. This bike is totally standard, bar the tyres, which we've got some, we'll get to them later, we've got some Bridgestone A41s. Bar the tyres, it's completely standard, but I am going to take the rubber pegs off because they're too slippery. It's when you've got a damp foot, they just skid in underneath and off, so yeah, I'm going to take these off. Safety first, first aid last. Oh. Job done. So track day is all about confidence and tyres play a massive part in that, obviously. We ditched the OE tyres, we've got some Bridgestone A41s. Now some of you will remember us hooning around at the Nürburgring on adventure bikes like this a few years ago, and they were brilliant and fill you full of confidence. So yeah, we're going to give these a whirl and get my knee down and do some knee skids and that. So that is session 3 done, and that was much better. It's nearly dry, a few damp patches, but A41s are, I mean, look, there's some guys out there with slicks and race tyres on superbikes, and we picked, I think, 4 off, so that's a total of 5 today. I'm happy with that. Mission complete so far. Although, like I said, this bike is totally standard, and it is standard settings, so I'm going to change the suspension. Obviously, there's so many variables with this bike, all electronic, you can change everything. So I'm going to have a little mess about. I'm going to change the preload, both front and rear, and the shock settings to make it the hardest. And you can take the preload on the rear. You have the ride height settings. So you have low and high, and medium. So I'm going to go to the highest to give it a bit more feel on the front, get some weight on the front end. We're at a track when I get sporty, naughty, and sporty. So yeah, let's have a play. Right, so into this crazy menu, down to suspension. We're going to go to suspension mode. We're in advanced, pre-adjuster. Right, so it's on low, not stand. We're going to go high. We're going to go 100%. Anti-dive. We're going to go anti-dive on, just to help support in the braking zones. Fork. Okay, so it's 5 midway. Let's go hardest. Let's try hardest. Yeah, into shock then, let's go harder, sod it, let's try that.
Attention paddock,
Lovely.
Novice loop to assembly please.
Give that a go.
Loop 3, novice loop to assembly please.
Welcome to the UK, the land where helmet cameras are banned. Stupid rule, but there we go. So, here's a lap of Pembury without any silly music on board the 1290 Super Adventure. Straight into the brakes, and this is an area where you can catch up those super bikes. Really strong brakes, bit of back brake helps, the ABS didn't interfere as well, and straight into an area where the bike doesn't like it. It's not been designed to sit on the side of the tyre, so the name of the game here is just to get into a corner and pick the bike up as soon as possible and use all that torque, because there is so much of it. And into the 2 lefts, the only lefts on the circuit really. It looks like I'm 50-pensing it here, but that's just the gimbal on the camera, so excuse that. And setting up for this next right-hander here, you've got to watch the bumps on entry, you've got to set it with gas, otherwise the front feels like it's going to fold. In general, you've got to ride this bike a bit differently. You've got to settle the bike with gas, you can't just load the front. Oh no, what is that? That is an R1. And as you can see, it's got the drive and the acceleration, excess power of that R1. But I make up time going here. All day I was making up time going into this kink, the extra sort of leverage from the wide bars you get. Help me turn in later and carry more speed, so faster lap time. And into the final corner again, making up time here. Watch the bump on the exit. Using all the track and using all of that 177 claimed horsepower. And there we have it, a lap of Pembury. Well, that's it. Our time has come. We're going to call it a day. I was kind of on the limit then. I didn't want to go any faster, otherwise it would have meant a trip down to the local hospital and a phone call to KTM. But we kind of reached the limit of the tyres. Those A41s are so good. They are the best of the best, really, in terms of coming here to a track day and asking a bit much of them. But I wish tyre manufacturers would make tyres for adventure bikes, sticky tyres, because that bike, that KTM, is so good. And the objective today was to come here and piss some fast group riders off, and we did that. I was chatting to a guy called Mick just then, and he was following me. He was on a Jix 1000 with slicks, and he was following me, shouting in his helmet. He said, just going, "Oh God!" But yeah, I mean, we overtook a few. I think I counted 8 individual bikes. So yeah, I'm happy. We did the job in hand, and I've survived another one. So on to the next one. Thanks for watching.